Salah and Van Dijk have been the talk of the season as they're set to leave the club at the end of the season if new contracts are not issued. Throughout the year, little development has actually been made on the duo's future, causing frustration among the fan base. However, in today's video, Liverpool have been handed a massive boost in the Van Dijk and Mo Salah contract situation. We will look into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Liverpool are among the clubs claimed to be chasing Ipswich striker Liam Delap, who could leave for £40 million this summer if they are relegated. Despite Ipswich being weeks away from certain relegation, Delap has stood out as one of the Premier League's most impressive young talents this season. The striker, who only turned 22 in February, has scored 12 goals in his 30 appearances in the English top flight, with only 10 players finding the back of the net more often. That has attracted the interest of a host of clubs ahead of the summer transfer window, with the market for number 9s expected to be busy. Liverpool are among those linked with a move for Delap, though it is Man United who are named at the forefront of any reports over the England under-21 international's future. The Mail's Chris Wheeler and ESPN's Mark Ogden have both reported Delap as Man United's top target up front, while naming Liverpool as suitors. Delap has a release clause in his contract at Ipswich, which would allow clubs to sign him for £40 million if they are relegated, and though they can still finish as high as 13th, above Man United, they remain favourites to go down. While that may seem a lofty price tag for a player with only 32 games of top-flight experience in an era of inflated transfer fees, it is arguably good value. There is no indication at this stage that Liverpool would pursue Delap as a priority target, but the youngster would tick a lot of boxes for the Reds. Most importantly, his goal record in his first full season in the Premier League shows the upscale to become a consistent scorer for an elite side, while he has also accrued 68 championship appearances with loans at Preston, Stoke and Hull. He is 6 feet 1 inch tall and already built to weather physical challenges as a lone number 9, while he is also comfortable in build-up play and carrying the ball as a more rounded centre forward. Liverpool are likely to enter the market for a new striker to replace Darwin Núñez this summer, and another plus point for Delap is that he would be eligible as a homegrown player. Given the Reds are expected to lose Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kawhi Kelleher, Tyler Morton, and potentially any of Harvey Elliott, Vitezslav Jaros, Joe Gomez and Jarell Quansah, there is a pressing need to fill the homegrown quota. Though he may not be ready to step up to become first choice number 9 for Liverpool at this stage, with a player of Alexander Isak's calibre still required, a £40 million outlay would make sense if Núñez and Luis Diaz are to leave. Now in a huge boost in the Salah and Van Dijk contract situation, Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk are now almost certain to both agree new contracts at Liverpool, with it considered a case of when rather than if. Now into the final 3 months of their current deals, there is now a sense of optimism that both Salah and Van Dijk will extend their stay at Liverpool. That comes after the captain told journalists that there had been progress in talks over a new contract, having long shared Salah's stance that there was no news to report. In an update for NBC Sports Soccer, The Athletic's leading source David Ornstein described it a matter of when rather than if both Van Dijk and Salah sign. It's been my understanding throughout that Liverpool are confident, optimistic of renewing Van Dijk, and now it's a case of when rather than if he will put pen to paper, Ornstein explained. Barring any last-minute hitches, the talks have been positive and cordial. It's the same situation with Mohamed Salah. Liverpool have been confident throughout that they will retain his services and, like I said with Van Dijk, it's more a case of when rather than if that is going to happen now. That will be really good news for them. That is clearly great news for Liverpool, with it imperative that the club tied down 2 of their most important players rather than see them leave for free this summer. The situation is not the same for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is expected to join Real Madrid on a free transfer at the end of the season. But navigating the loss of 1 out of 3 key cogs is certainly more manageable than 2 or even 3, with the focus likely being on how Arne Slot shifts the emphasis to no longer rely on Alexander-Arnold's creativity. If Van Dijk and Salah stay as expected, it would reduce the number of new signings required in an already hectic summer transfer window. Liverpool would struggle to replace either player in the market either way, certainly without breaking the bank for an already established world-class talent. The hope now is that an announcement over new deals for Van Dijk and Salah is not far off, as supporters could benefit from a boost of positivity in a title run-in clouded by frustrating results and uncertainty off the pitch. Now in other news, Ibrahima Konate will seek to be among Liverpool's top earners as his agents negotiate a new contract with demands of over double his current wage. Beyond the trio of Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool have a number of other contracts to sort out. Chief among those is Konate's, with the Frenchman's current deal set to expire in 2026, meaning he will only have 12 months remaining when pre-season starts this summer. Given the cloud that uncertainty over Van Dijk, Salah and Alexander-Arnold's futures has cast over this title campaign, Liverpool can ill afford to head into next season with a similar situation playing out again. But their talks with Konate's camp have clearly not been straightforward, not least due to the centre-back's desired wage. According to The Times, Konate is seeking a 2.5 times increase on his existing salary of £80,000 a week to earn around £200,000 per week on a new contract. That would place him just below the current bracket of Liverpool's highest earners, with Salah, Van Dijk and Alisson believed to be paid upwards of £200,000 a week at present. While that may reflect Konate's importance to the side now and into the future, it goes some way to explain why no resolution has been forthcoming after talks opened in October. Despite his difficult afternoon at Craven Cottage as Liverpool slumped to only a second defeat of the Premier League campaign with a 3-2 loss at Fulham, Konate is undoubtedly one of Arne Slot's most valued players. He has the potential to become one of the best centre-backs in the world and already performs at a consistently high standard at 25. But Liverpool will be weighing up whether they can sanction such a pay increase for a player who will turn 26 in May and could feasibly seek another wage rise beyond this proposed extension before his time at Anfield is up. Any such agreement could also have bearing on negotiations with others, with Connor Bradley among those also in line for a new deal. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.